Hello from Petco Park in beautiful downtown San Diego. Saturday baseball on the show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. First pitch coming your way next. And on the mound for San Diego in this one, Randy Vasquez. What do we have on him? Ready to go now? J.J. Weatherholt getting ready to hit.
Number 26, J.J.
And we're underway from San Diego. Foul ball there.
Cutter, high inside.
Here's the 0-2. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. The Cardinals score first. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump, and at the plate he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Cutter, low outside.
Hey! Herrera goes 5 feet 11 inches, batting second in today's lineup, and he was born in Panama. Tapper back to the mound. On to France, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. These guys can really pile up the runs, Chris. They're among the top teams in scoring this year.
Yeah, and when you can get a lead and be out in front, it really changes what that opposing manager can do with his bullpen. And on top of that, it helps your own pitching staff. It gives them more margin for error. So instead of guys squeezing the ball, trying to throw darts and be perfect, they can relax, let the ball come out of their hands and pitch effectively. So that offense and the ability to score runs also helps the pitching and the defense.
Low middle.
This one in the air. Machado settles underneath it. 2 down.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Four-seam fastball.
2 down, nobody on. In the air, right field. Castellanos has a beat on it. And that is that. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. It's now 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Dustin May. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him. Stepping in, Jackson Merrill. Hey! Line to the right center field. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
He's been known to jump all over the first pitch, so that seems like a missed opportunity right there.
The 0-1. This to center field. Scott tracks it down for the out. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, this is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boo. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Here's Manny Machado. Man at first, one away. And a liner out into right center for a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
Everything came together for him. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Two on, one out. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Walker under it. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. To the plate. Save! We're tied at one.
That play really shows how important it is to hit the cutoff man. Looked like he tried to throw through and get the runner at home, but it backfired, and it ended up costing them a run. I remember my rookie year overthrowing a cutoff man. Didn't last long before I was pulled aside by a veteran pitcher. He had a talk with me. I don't know if I ever missed a cutoff man again.
The 0-1. This ball's chopped on the ground, and that goes foul. Goes down looking for the strikeout. That was pretty nasty. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll move to the second now at Petco Park. All tied 1-1. Back here in San Diego, here's Nolan Gorman.
Low outside.
Nolan Gorman.
Sinker. Low middle.
No, that's low.
Eric Summersgill with home plate duty in this one. Kind of known for being generous with the corners, Chris.
You know, I think that used to be a lot bigger deal in past eras where pitchers were working more in and out with their pitches. But, yeah, we'll see if those corners come into play in this one. Hey, no pitcher's going to argue at all.
Cutter. High inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Cutter. Middle inside.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Cutter. Low inside.
That one missed.
Cutter. High inside.
Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Sweeper. Middle inside.
Ball 1.
4-seam fastball. High outside.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Sinker. Low inside.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2.
Fastball. Low outside.
Foul ball. Tied up here in the early going.
Inside.
High fly ball, right field. Castellanos settles underneath it, takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down. Nathan Church next up for the Cardinals.
Cutter. Low middle.
That one finds the zone. 0-2.
Low inside.
Got him. That's the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the second, tied 1 apiece. Back here at Petco Park, Laureano comes up to hit.
Number 5, Laureano.
And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at-bat.
Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. A solo shot. And they jump ahead in the second. It's 2-1. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the batsman carried it out of here.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Up the middle. Over to first.
He's out.
1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Batting it.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos.
And a foul ball. And that one ripped to left. 2 down. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. That is the inning. The Padres get 1 in the inning with a solo blast. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here in San Diego, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Pedro Pajes. That one fouled off.
Sweeper. Low outside.
Fought off foul.
Sweeper. Low outside.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Sinker. Low outside.
Here's the 0-1. And he drops it down the third baseline. Bare hand scoop. Not in time. Great effort, but it's an infield hit. Singy, that was a close play, and it looks like they're considering challenging the safe call.
Really close, Boog, and tough to tell in real time. We weren't sure, so you really can't blame them for wanting to take another look.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Here's one more look. They called him safe, and I'm not sure that there's anything here to overturn the call. What about you, Singy?
I don't think so, Boog. I mean, we need something obvious to overturn it, and I just don't see it.
So they've made a decision, and the runner is safe. The original call is confirmed, and that leaves them without any challenges the rest of the way.
Video review, the umpires have upheld the call of safe at first base.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. J.J. Weatherholt, the next to hit. Scott stands at first with 1 out. Runner takes off. Cut on and missed. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Sinker. Low outside.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
Sweeper. Middle inside.
Stays alive.
Sinker. Low outside.
Man at second. To the right side. Tatis to first. Play is made, 2 out.
Sinker. Middle outside.
Nope, that's inside.
Sinker. Middle outside.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Low outside.
Ball to strike. To the left side, but it is well foul.
Sweeper. Low outside.
And that's a strikeout looking. Huge strikeout there. So one left for the Cardinals. They're down 2-1. Bottom of the inning. Up now the Padre leadoff man, Jackson Merrill.
Number 3, Jackson Merrill.
On the ground to the left. Win. The throw to first. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Padres, the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
This one smoked on its way out of here. He'll touch them all. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-1.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
One down. Here's Machado. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Fires to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
On the ground to short. Save.
No,
Fantastic effort, but that extends the inning.
Well, that's one of those where you just have to tip your cap, because he couldn't have played that one any better. Stood no chance with the speed running down the line.
And here comes Xander Bogaerts. Went down on strikes his first time through.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Popped up. Weatherholt settles under this one. And that's the third out. But the Padres add to the lead on a solo homer. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Back here at Petco Park. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Alec Burleson. That one lifted to left. Laureano on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One pitch and one out.
Cutter. Low middle.
Foul ball there.
Sinker. Low outside.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Sinker. Low inside.
Clips the corner. And the count 1-2.
Fastball.
The Cardinals trailing by 2. Top half of inning number 4. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Gorman now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Middle outside.
In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. He flexes his power with that swing, and they cut into the deficit. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Inside, ball one.
Cutter. Low middle.
Close, but called a ball. Ball
Cutter.
two.
Middle
Vasquez. Maybe a little less aggressive on the mound right now after that home run, Chris.
Yeah,
Ball
it
three.
seems that way. You know, pitchers, they can come out, feel good, but then all of a sudden get touched up a little bit, and they start trying to throw instead of pitch. They're not trusting their stuff.
And that's ball four.
Take your man.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So two down. Nathan Church will hit next. Yeah, that's fouled off. Pitch count in great shape. It seems you might have a chance to finish it.
Ball, that's down.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
On the ground at first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Ready to go, bottom four. Here's Ramon Laureano. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Padres, the first baseman, number 4, John Grant.
You know, these Padres doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
One down.
And you know, that strikeout total, only 2 so far, really tells you they're not just running into good luck and getting hits to fall. They're earning those knocks.
Bounce to the left side. Gorman to second for one, and it's over his head. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Up next for the Padres, the catcher, Rodolfo.
Runners at the corners here. One away. Rodolfo Duran digs in now. Fly to right his first time. Weatherholt. Acrobatic throw for one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. A hit and an error in the inning, but they fail to score. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Padres 3 and the Cardinals 2. Back here in San Diego, and now the Cardinals catcher, Pedro Pajes.
You know, these Cardinals, from what we've seen, I think it's fair to wonder if they've been too patient at the plate. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
And the tying run is on base.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Inside. Cutter. Low outside.
This one in the air, center field. And a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. J.J. Weatherholt next up for the Cardinals.
Low inside.
Right side. On to Bogarts.
No,
Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Sweeper. Low middle.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
This one in the air, right field. Pulls it in on the run. Runner tags from third. Lay at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. Back even. It's 3-3. So the sac fly ties the game. Alec Burleson, the next to hit. Drilled in the air out towards right center. And that is that. A run on 2 hits, and they leave one. Home half of the 5th coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back here at Petco Park. Up now the Padre leadoff man, Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill.
Swinging a foul out of play.
You know, these Padres doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
Tosses to first, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Up next for the Padres, the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar.
That smash towards center. Base hit. And a man aboard. Now Machado up here. 1 for 2.
First baseman number 13, Manny Machado.
In the dirt. Throws down to first, but he wasn't going anywhere. And now the 0-1. Out towards left center. And a base hit. Around second, on his way to third. The tag. See.
No, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Looked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
The 1-0. And that one fouled off.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
On the ground, 2 ball to Weatherholt, and that's 2.
Got the batter to hit it exactly where he wanted. That textbook 6-4-3 double play, gets out of the jam and back in the dugout.
Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game.
Yes, I'm blessed like him in the gym. Don't miss, I switch on. I'm not like them. Let me state my case. Sprint out the race, no chase. I pace. Just came out the gate and he still gon' hate. Say fake, see make me fake. How you know what to take? You ain't been out of space. Been out the Knicks for trying to hit it.
Leading off, Jordan Walker.
The right fielder, number 18,
Low middle.
Walker.
That one's in there. That's strike 1.
Low middle. Low middle.
Sit down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
Well, he locked him up with the cutter on the outside right there, and I got to think he was looking middle in because he just couldn't pull the trigger. And, you know, with 2 strikes, fastball coming in, you've got to be ready to swing it. That time it cut to the outside part of the plate, and he just couldn't pull the trigger.
That's a ball.
Slurve. Middle center.
All tied up, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Right through there for a strike.
Cutter. High inside.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Four-seam fastball.
Mason Wynn
High
next up for the
inside.
Cardinals. That clips the corner.
Sweeper. Low outside.
Way out front for strike 2.
High outside.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next to the Cardinals, the lefty.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Randy Vasquez out of the game, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Out of the bullpen for the Padres, Yuki Matsui.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Pitch is in for a strike. 0-2 now.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can...
Well, that's a strikeout, and that'll do it for the inning. So a job well done from the Friar bullpen that time. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots do up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Well, we go bottom 6. There's Bogarts now. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Out towards right center field. Scott, long run, makes the catch, 1 down. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Reaching for it, makes the catch. Next for the Padres, Ty France. He's been a great free agent side. Scott on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. 6 innings are in the books. Score holds at 3-3. Top of inning number 7, and stepping in for the Cardinals, Pedro Pajes. Fouled off. He was late.
4-seam fastball. Low outside.
The 0-1. And a foul ball.
4-seam fastball. Low outside.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
Low inside.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
4-seam fastball. High inside. Four-seam fastball. Middle inside.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Slider. Low inside.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Really tight bite on that slider. Just couldn't get the barrel to it out front. You've got to try to pull those hands tight to the body to get it through. And I'm thinking he probably wanted that pitch to end up even more inside to keep it out of the danger zone. But it had enough late break and deception to get the job done.
No, inside.
Slider. Low outside.
Swings through that one for strike 2. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea. Back to the top of the order. Now it's the second baseman, J.J. Weatherholt. Tap foul at the plate.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Now a pop-up on the infield. And that is that. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. So no change in the score. It's 3-3. New arm on the mound for the Cardinals, George Soriano.
Well, good luck against this guy. He's been extremely tough to hit this year. His numbers are excellent.
Just missed. Ripped, but it curls foul. Soriano measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swings over the top of that one.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Struck him out looking.
Up next for the Padres, the catcher,
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Pajes takes it in for the out. 2 away now. And here is Jackson Merrill. 1 for 3. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Ryan Stanek, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Graceffo also getting ready. 2 down, nobody on. There's a strike. 95 of that one. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
That was the emergency hack right there.
Foul ball, still 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball misses down and away. Good job to fight that one off.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. Score remains tied at 3. Back here in San Diego. So now here's the Cardinals designated hitter, Ivan Herrera. And that one a little below the knees. Ball 1.
High inside.
Late on that fastball.
4-seam fastball. Low inside. Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Sinker. Low outside.
That's a really good take.
Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. Still 1 challenge left for them.
Four-seam fastball.
2-2 now. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter, to track.
Brings it in. 2 away. And up next for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Fouled off left side. 2 down, nobody on. And a foul ball.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
The 0-2.
Four-seam fastball. High outside.
Got him looking for the strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Still tied 3-3. Back here at Petco Park. Now the DH for the Padres, Miguel Andujar. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Pretty close, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now. Plays it on a bounce, and it eats him up. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Substitution now at first base. And pinch running for the Padres. Freddie Fermin. Line drive, base hit. And that holds the go-ahead run at second base.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. A lot riding on this next at bat now as they look to take the lead at a critical point in this one.
Tatis in the box now, takes strike one. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. The go-ahead run moves up to third. He's held there with nobody out.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Can't get there in time, and that should bring in a pair. Now 3 runs are in. It's a 3-run double. It's 6-3.
All he was looking for right there was a simple base hit to untie the game, but he did far more than that, clearing the bases. That can be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball, but he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
New pitcher for the Cardinals, Ryan Stanek.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
And here is Ramon Laureano. Puts a bunt down. On the run, throw to first. It's there, and that's a great play. So now with one away and a man at second at the plate. Ty France 0 for 3 in this one. Line drive, base hit. Here comes Bogaerts around third. Safe, and they lead by 4. In there for strike one. Now here's a flare off the bat, and that's a base hit. And now 2 aboard.
Definitely found a perfect spot. Those could be hard sometimes. We talked about in left field. You're kind of anticipating cheating in for a ball. Hit something like that, but you can rob a little soft flare in front of you. But perfectly placed, so you reward the hitter with it.
Duran in the box now, takes strike one. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. Two on, 1 out. Swing and a miss, 98 miles per hour on the gun.
Next for the Padres, the center fielder, number 3, Jackson Merrill.
On the ground, right side, flips it. Pretty nice play there.
Yes, you're out.
So 9 batters come to the plate, 4 of them score. 9th inning coming up. The Padres on top, 7-3. Last chance coming up here for the Cards. Back here in San Diego, we go to the 9th. Nolan Gorman. So the Padres with a new arm on the mound, Jeremiah Estrada. He's been so good against lefties.
Splitter. Low outside.
And a big swing and a miss.
Low outside. Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
Line to left. And that's just foul.
Four-seam fastball. Low inside.
The 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Four-seam fastball. High middle.
Foul ball. Estrada. He's one of those guys that seems like he's out there to do just one thing, and that's strike people out. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge.
Slider. Low outside.
Fly ball down the line. And that one is foul, so we'll try it again.
Low outside.
The 0-2. Got him swinging for the K. Cardinals now with just one out remaining.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first two batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
One out left for the Cardinals. Nathan Church next up for the Cardinals. And that one is lifted in the air. Laureano on the move. And that'll do it.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.